It is Zuko, and today we are going to be talking about literally why this character is the best character in the game. I'm going to show you. I found some more text, so I decided, you know what, let me just remake it because the audio in the old video was bad anyway. So this is going to be the final version that is like complete. And I also got a little bit better with the combo, so it's going to be shorter in that regard. But let's get straight into it. This is going to be literally a guide to show you why this is the best character in the game, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it. So first, you just start off with his buttons. So you have your 1-2. Let me just put frame data on. You have a 1-2. That's pretty good. Your 1 is basically resetting neutral. It's 0. If you stagger it, your 1-2 is -2, so that's cool. You have a 1-2-2, which is also resetting neutral because it's 0 frames. So basically, it's just resetting neutral, but the pushback on it is absolutely got to. So you really like, I don't want to spam that like crazy. Honestly, it's a very good button. So yeah, that's very good. You can also play range with it like so. When you max space things, they start to get a little bit more juicy. You can kind of play the range game. This will be -6 if you max space it. This one here will be still -2 no matter what. You can make it -1 though. You can actually make it fully completely resetting neutral if you max space it, but that's very hard to do consistently. But yeah, you pretty much have that going for you there. But you can kind of play off this overhead. The range on it is kind of sneaky, and you can always follow it up with something like this if you wanted to, but you would have to like time that fairly decent spot like right there to where that lands like that, so that way you can get a combo from it. So you can play off of that as well. So that's your 1-3. This is your 1-2. This is your 1-2-2. So those are the ones that we've gone over so far. Then you have your 4-2. This is very, very good, by the way. It's going to be -4 on block. However, if you start max spacing, you can get to -3 and all the way up to -2. So that's very good for you as well. The range on this is very, very good. Kind of deceiving. But this is a very good button. It's also a very good anti-air, so I'll just go ahead and show that as well. Hold on, I'm tripping. One of those trip guard anti-airs like that. So if you have people jumping in, it's very good for that. You also have a very good anti-air in this one as well. That's another good one. This one's another good one here. You can always just do that. That's kind of like your easiest one. You can literally react to that since your hitbox kind of dropped. So if you ever wanted to, you're very, very late on reaction, you can honestly just do that and get to it. But this is another good one. That's another, not that one. This is another good one. Your 1. Your 3 is very, very good. And your 4 is, 4 is very good as well. But these are more like trip guard ones. So I'll go ahead and show it without, you know, that one. We'll do it this one here, right? Right. These are all very, very good anti-airs here. So yeah, you pretty much can kind of do your thing with that. But this is the one that you want to use. This one's very good. You have to time it a little bit earlier. Like that. So it's more of a trip guard anti-air, which is the most one. Since you're going to be playing at range, that's the reason why I say this one is the best one, because you're going to be using this as a mid. So if someone tries to jump, they're still going to get touched by this, right? So also, the reason why I say it's a good anti-air is not just because like, oh, it's within a limit. Nah, active frame is 5, so you're going to be able to let that sit for quite a while. So you definitely going to want to use that. It's a very good anti-air. So you have good anti-airs with this character. So yeah, that's your 4-2. Your 4-2 goes into your 1, which has really, really long range. If you max space it, it goes up to -8. So you can really do that kind of free. That's really, really good. As you can see, the range on that is pretty good, so that's very, very cool. That's your string there. Then you have your back 2. It can be special canceled, so that's good. So it's not just a random overhead. You can do it into that, which makes it very I'm gonna show you block stuff. Yeah, you can do it like that. Then you can kind of get into a few other things with that as well. So just letting you know, like, you can really kind of go crazy with this button. I'll show you guys some tech in a bit with this character. See, you can do something like that with that. So that's pretty good. So yeah, you have your back 2. If you charge it, you can also do like that, and it'll give you a free pop-up. You have some pretty decent combos from it. You can do like that even. Something like that, something slight, right? So you can get some pretty good stuff from it. There are much better optimals, by the way. But this is just kind of the basic little, just showing you what it can do. But yeah, this is a pretty good string. You definitely want to use this. It's kind of like your overhead mixer, even though you have multiple different ways to do that, but this is just one of those solid ways. Yeah, cool deal. So yeah, that's pretty much like that string there. We already talked about that one. So now you have your back three. Back three is very good. It's a very good stagger. As you can see, it flows kind of very naturally into each other. You do your back three into your four. We'll give you this one. The range on this is also pretty good, but this is kind of a weird stagger, but the range on that is extremely good. As you can see, it's pretty much like, as you can see, the range on this is crazy, right? So that's basically just a check from anywhere. The range on it is about right here. About right there. Yeah, so that's close to max space, so that's very, very good. So if you start to like play off of that, you absolutely could, even though I wouldn't really, you know, get too many recommendations for it, but yeah, you can do that, so that's very good. And you can always go ahead and link that into this right here, like that. So yeah, you can always do that if you ever are looking at like that. So you have some pretty good options whenever it comes to range from that, but we'll talk about what this is like on block. But then you have your just stand three. This is your launcher. You can immediately jump cancel into it, so that's pretty good. Cool. Then you have your 4-4. It's kind of high. It's kind of whatever. I wouldn't really use this button that much. It's kind of your worst button out of the three. It's double high, so it's kind of whatever. Yeah. This is a low, by the way. Your back three. You have your high, but the range on this high is really, really deceiving. It's 12 frames, but look at the range on that, and that's just pretty good. And the range on your one is crazy good as well, right? Look at the range on that. That's beautiful, isn't it? So yeah, you have some really good range with this character. You also have some good range in this button, so that's the only reason why I would use it. However, it's like this would work anyway. So if you're only would really use it for like 11 frame punishes, but even still, it's like, huh? You can always just do that. That's gonna be everywhere. So yeah, that's your 4. This is your standing 4. Your standing 4 is really, really good. It's plus 15 on hit advantage. So it's just a straight up mid check. Not mid check, it's a straight up movement, like stop moving. You really think of it like Fujin's little back to it's just really good at just telling people stop moving. That's a very good button, and it'll also track wherever they are. So a very good button to just use literally while they're in the air. So I'll go ahead and show it here. I'll just let them jump straight up. See, it'll track them where they are. Now I'll go ahead and prove that here. Hold on. See what I'm saying? It'll track them wherever they are. It takes a little while for it to catch up, but it will track. So that's very good. It's more of like a prediction kind of movement tool. However, they're standing still on the ground. It's very, very straightforward. It's literally going to hit them wherever they are. So that's a very good button as well. So you have really decent buttons. Let's talk about your sweep. So your sweep is really, really good. It's 12 frames. It's also going to reset neutral as well. So it's very, very good. Now let's talk about your pokes. You have your down poke, down 1. Very good. You can pretty much confirm it to everything from a very long range. So that's good at gelling. Your down 3 is kind of trash. You really never want to use that. But I mean, you can gel to quite a few bit of things, but if you're going to gel, you might as well just gel into this, this into that, or whatever, right? But yeah, just letting you know that you can pretty much gel into everything with this game. So yeah, you're going to be pretty good. Your down 4 is very, very good. As you can see, the range on this is crazy. If you max space it, it's going to be -4, but if you don't max space it, it'll be -6. Your down 3 is going to be -5 or 4 or something like that. I forgot. Hold on. Let's just go ahead and go to the actual block portion of this. -7, but if you use your back sweep, they have the exact same range. This has more pushback, and it's also resetting neutral. So never use your down 3, only use your sweep. They have the exact same range. Your down 1 is pretty good though, and your down 4 is really good. So again, if you max base it here, hold on. That was too much steps. That was 1. There we go. Boom. I can't even get -4 right now. That's kind of craziness. Anyways, yeah, if you max base it, you can get it up to -4. But very cool button as well. So you have really good folks that can really kind of gel into a lot of things. So that's just very good. Yeah, so that's pretty much all of your buttons there. Let's talk about what they do on block. So again, this is going to be -2. This is going to be resetting neutral. This is going to be -12. However, since you can special cancel it, you can kind of do like that with it, make it -10. And we'll go ahead and put this AI to duck, so that way if it's duckable, you can see that it can be ducked, right? So that's not exactly great, but it's not exactly bad either. You can also do it into your special, like your back down back 1, and that'll make it -6. Or you can just use it to kind of like put a gap in between there, so that way they can't press forward, they have to press back. But if you do with this, you're pretty much you're done though. Alright, that's a pretty, you know, long look at the recovery on that. Alright, so not bad recovery, but still, you know, enough to where you can, you know, kind of make someone not want to, you know, play off of that. So yeah, very, very good stuff right there. We're gonna get into special in a little bit more, but so yeah, your back 1 is pretty good on block. The range on it is very deceiving. Also, you can do it from way out here, and if you charge it like that, you'll be able to make it +8. So that's very, very good. You have quite a lot of options from that, and also you can still do like that, and then yeah, you can't special cancel after that, but you can still like move really quick after that. So that's a very, very good button as well. We talked about your 4-4, so again, it's really kind of whatever. Let's not duck anymore. It's gonna be -2. This one's gonna be -5, but they're both high, so it's kind of whatever. Now this is gonna be -21 on block, but it never really is, because this will kind of make it, you know, very, you know, straightforward here. I won't be able to get it to land. I'm not sure if that gels or not. But I do know that this is going to be a very decent mind game for people who are not ducking, because you can play off of that quite easily. You can also play off of that, or you can play off of this, which is going to be really, really good. So this is like one of your best buttons to use. You honestly want to use the crap out of that. Same thing with here. This actually gels, so they can't duck this. See how this gels? So that's just straight up always going to be -8. So this here is going to be -13. But again, I talked about, you can max space it out here. You can make it all the way up to -9. Right here, right there. You can get it up to -9. So that's good. But you can also just simply do this and just make that very straightforward. Since that gels. Same thing here. This gels. You can't duck that. If you ever want to do that, you can do that as well if you ever wanted to, but that's really not like a good thing. But this is good too as well if you think someone's about to press in, so you can do that. Again, you have a good bit of options here with your character's kit, so you literally should be able to kind of go crazy. You can't gel that or this, but you can kind of do the whole this ordeal with that, or this ordeal. So you do have quite a good bit of like tools within your actual like character's kit. So just letting you know, with your buttons, you're going to be pretty good at all of this. You can't special cancel your standing 3, but you can do a lot much more with it. Then you have your this button here, which is your 1, 2, 4, 4. This is a very good button. You can also go into your 1, 2, 3. Your 1, 2, 3 has very good range. They're both like kind of whatever. It's fuzzyable like very easily, so like literally if someone's trying to flawless block you or someone's up blocking you, this whole string is kind of dead. So yeah, you kind of don't want to spam this too much, but it's still good. But it's definitely more of a noobier move. You're gonna really only use this for a combo or like now one thing that is good about it is that if you do get all of these hits to land, That's a good bit of damage that you're just gonna get just from doing a basic string like that. So yeah, that's very, very good. So yeah, you have some good, potential in that, but the pushback is what's really good about it. So that's -8, but if you do it right here, it's -5. So that gives you a good bit of space to where if someone tried to do something crazy, you can just kind of get in between that. So yeah, that's very, very cool. Now let's go ahead and get into let's see here. Did I go over everything? Oh yeah, aerial. Okay, so if you do aerials, you have your 2-1, and then you're also gonna have your 2-4. This is gonna be one of your better like combo enders if you already are doing the other one. You can't land the 1-2-2, then you're definitely gonna want to go ahead and land the 2-4. Now if you can land 1-2 into your that as well, they both give the exact same damage. It's just that you have the ability to decide if you want to bring them far away from you, like full screen literally, or if you want to bring them right up in their face. That way you can play off of that, and it's exactly 10 frames of hit advantage, so you can go crazy with that, literally. So yeah, that's actually a very good button to use. So notice that whenever you are trying to decide if you want to keep someone far or close away, you can kind of decide that by either doing that one, which is your down, your back forward 4, or you can just go ahead and go straight into it and then do your 1-2-2, and they both give you literally the exact same damage on all combos. So that's pretty good. So that's pretty much your aerial combat. Your aerial combat is very, very simple. So now since we've gone over what these buttons do, let's talk about like actual like specials and then like how you can make them good. So first you have your fireball, right? Just your basic fireball. You EX it, you can make it go faster. You EX it backwards, you can make it go slower. Basically the simplest way I can describe this is that if you do this, you can really kind of cheese with it. You can really, also they eat projectiles. So if another person throws a projectile on the EX version, you can eat them. So that's very good. So you can literally like stop every projectile. If like I don't care if it's like all of Liu Kang's fireballs, you're eating it all, right? All of it's just completely destroyed. So that's very good, and it's going to keep traveling. So that's a very good anti-zoning tool. Another cool thing about your you have your air fireball. This is a mid instead of it being a high. This one's a high. This is a mid. The exit, it's gonna become the same thing. So like, let's say you're trying to go against Sindel, who's doing this whole mind game. Hold on, let me get it right here. Block mode on all. And then we'll go ahead and do this here. So let's say you're trying to go against a Sindel who's doing the hold. I'll put him on auto block. Yeah. And then we'll go ahead and record here. So let's say you fight Sindel who's trying to do this. Hold on, that was the wrong thing. Right, somebody who's trying to do that with you. So I'll go ahead and show you here. You can honestly just do this, air, fireball that, and then block that. Now let's say if they're trying to even do the better setup one, which is this one here, right? Something like that, right? Hold on. That's a tragedy. You can do something like that, right? And if you want to spin the bar, you can also EX that, and that'll also eat any projectiles in the throw, like that, and it'll give you a pop-up. So that's very, very good. So please keep that in mind whenever it comes to this. These are very good buttons. You can literally kind of go crazy with that, and these are all mids, so use that at your leisure. Now, all of your fireballs change the moment you start using your down back 3. This is your zone of power. This basically makes it to where your projectiles do more damage, and also there are armor breakers now because they hit 3 times. And they're also high mid, so that's very, very good. You can kind of go crazy with that. Also, if you do your down back 1, this one here, in the zone of power, it'll make that to where it goes across, and these are all mids, and they have very, very good hit reaction. So yes, that's very, very good. Also, your down back one, this one here, the overhead, it can go close, medium, far, and then very, very far. Very, very far, like so. And if you hit it to where like they get hit with the later edges of it, like so. See, perfect here, like that. You can make it have more hit advantage, as you can see. So it's very, very good for people that are like also like coming in because the active frames are 12. So if they get hit on the later frames, if they get caught lacking, you're gonna just be more plus, and then you can gel that into something like that, right? And then they can't move. So that's very, very good at gelling people. Yeah, that's your pretty much your fireball stuff. Next up, you have your back forward forward. This is your armored move. It also is a F neutral move. You literally don't have to respect neutral. You can also do it in the air, like that. And also, this is the only character in the game that can actually get armor while they're in the air, which means that doing something like this is actually pretty good because that's armor. So they would have to have an armor breaking setup while you're in the air, so that you have free jumping literally. So that's actually like hella cheese. So yeah, that's pretty good, honestly. Yeah, that's pretty much that button there. It literally will track wherever they are. You can be in the air and you can do it. You can also do it in combos as well, so that's pretty good. It's a very good combo extender because it also is always going to leave you up close. And we'll talk about how Punchy literally has no weaknesses as a character. He can do rushdown, he can do zoning, he can do pressure, he can do anti-zoning, he can brutalize you with combo damage. He can do it all. We'll get more into that as well. So as you can see, this character is extremely good at just like kind of controlling his space. Now if you EX this here, and if you hold your A button, like so, you'll be able to move this around, but I don't really find that much of a usage of it outside of like trying to jump. But the amount of time that you're spending doing this is the amount of time you could actually try to get something out. So the only time you would ever actually do that is like if you're trying to do something like this, and this is just going to push them back. But I haven't really found a usage of that, being that I'll go ahead and show you why. I think this is a very good move, by the way. It's very powerful, but how good his kit is, there's really no usage of it, which is a good thing because you really don't want to spend meter on anything else except combos, because everything else is kind of just meh. As far as like using combo meter for anything else other than combo damage, because of the fact that it's very good at what it does. Now we'll talk about what you should be spending meter on as well. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Then you have your down back forward. This is going to be your low. It hits extremely far. It's very good at catching people. So again, you have your low here, right? You have your overhead here. That's 24. You can do that into this. That's a pretty good mix-up. It is fuzzyable because it has that +3 difference from 20 to 24. So it's +4. So it's gonna be something that can be fuzzy guarded. But if they're not ready for it, they're gonna be caught. Also, if they're trying to up block, you can also just always do the mid, or they can just get caught by this and that'll punish, or you can just simply do that. So I'll go ahead and show here. I would have to, never mind, I'm not going to focus on that, but yeah, so you have pretty good option just off of your one to kind of mix people up with that. So that's very good. But this button is very good. If you amplify it, it's going to cost you 2 bars because it's like literally your only damage dealer here. But yeah, you can go crazy with that. That's a very good thingy, and pretty much your optimals are going to be something like that. For the most part, it's pretty straightforward. You're pretty much always going to lead into this. You can kind of wait it out a little bit, like so. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be your optimals off of that button. So that button is actually extremely good. So honestly, go crazy with that. Let's see, have I forgotten any other of the special modes? Let me just make sure before I move on. Oh, Feel the Bones, and I wanted to say that one for last. Okay, so yeah, Feel the Bones. So let's talk about Feel the Bones. So this is basically a trap. Now it has a very quick startup, by the way. Now your recovery is kind of whatever, but if you do it, they get trapped in, as you can see, like that, and it's a mid. So this is basically like, this is going to be very good for like making sure someone can't do delay tech on you, like waking up tech, and also just using it as an armor breaking setup, because if you spin the bar, it'll actually stay there longer. So let's say you have someone in the air and you do something like that, you just do like that, that's going to be a very good armor breaking setup, something like that. Even though you can kind of do that as well. So you have pretty good like options with you can do like a lot of craziness with that if you're trying to do armor breaking setups. But here's the thing that's good to note about this: whenever you do the EX version, the only reason why you would want to use it is because you want to keep it on the ground longer, like area denial. So like, let's say if you want to, you know, put it like right here and then zone, so it stops them from being able to just jump in. They would have to like, they can't just jump in and like try to get over your thingamajigger, right? If you're full screen, they would have to respect that being there, right? Because that's a pressure, you know, thingy. You can get free combo damage from that if they just hop into that. So let's say let me go ahead and show you here. So I'll go ahead and put this is to full screen, cool, and then I'll put the bot to just walking forward like that. Hold on. You can get combo damage off of that. Alright, so you can link off of that, but it's very tight timing, but you can. So it's very good at just kind of making sure people don't walk into that, but you don't really get anything hit advantage wise from doing it from out here. See how the hit advantage is going to stay the same. Well, it didn't show the hit advantage there, but the hit advantage is going to stay the same. The only thing that's going to happen if you EX it, if they do get hit, is that it's going to make it to where they can't move left and right, but they can still jump out of it. And I don't really see a point of actually using the EX there, because people are probably just going to armor or jump out of it. And being that I don't really see a point of using the EX, it doesn't really give you that much. There's no need to use the bar there. Just use the regular one and then just like go from your pressure from there. So yeah, that's your zone of power. So we'll talk about how to actually make all of this a little bit better. So that's pretty much all of your moves. Now let's talk about how to actually make this like work cohesively with each other. So these are going to be like starter combos, and then like how to actually like play the character, some sort of like game plans that you can have while you're using the character. So combo routes wise, you can combo off of this into something like this if you want it, right? And you can do that meterless, so that's a whatever. That's not an optimal though, but also if you wanted to, you can do like this route, then go like that. So that's another combo route that you could have, and that's just off of that. You can combo off of this as well. You can go straight into this if you wanted to, and just EX that, but that's a very low one. If you wanted to get into more of the crazier stuff, you can do something like this, right? And this actually links. Same thing here. This does not link, but if you do it off your 2, it will link. Hold on, let me get there, right? Alright, so that links as well. Also, it links off for your 2 as well, so that's very, very good. Also, this will link off of, there's one more I think I'm forgetting. Let's see, is there one more, or is that it? I know it's off for your 2, it's off for your forward 2, and it's off for your 1-2. I think that might be everything. I'm not sure. I think that might be everything. Don't quote me, but I think that's everything. Okay, off of this one as well. So yeah. Okay, no, it doesn't link off of that, but yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much like the ones that it links off of. It links off for your 2, it links off for your 4-2, which is the most important one, and it links off for your 1-2, which is the second most important one. But it linking off of your 4-2 and your 1-2 is extremely good, because it allows for you to have a lot more combo routes. Also, you can link it off of this, your back 2 as well, so that's also really important. Like that. So that's very, very good, because that opens up a lot of possibilities, and we'll talk about that in a bit. So yeah, that's pretty much what links there. Now on block, let's talk about this here. So again, we talked about how this is gelling here, right? So you can actually use that like crazy. Here you pretty much don't want to special cancel this into anything. You just kind of want to use the spacing of that, or like finish it off, because that's very good. If you wanted to, you can always do that. So this is a high that can't be ducked anyway, it gels. So I'll go ahead and put them on duck, so that way anything that is high, that even in pressure, for example, see how that gels, right? But you really wouldn't want to do that. But you see how this doesn't gel, he can duck it. Anything that is duckable, they will be able to duck. This can't be ducked, so that's just straight up free. So you honestly just want to use that. There's no need to do anything else, but if you ever wanted to, you can just do that. So that way, if they're like, oh, it's just going to be a high, you can kind of play off of that a little bit. Since this is going to be around 23 frames, you can make this to be around the same. So you can like force them to always be reacting. It's really not going to give you much, you know, less or much more. So you can kind of play around with that. So that's a very good thing that you can do there. Off of this, your low, you can go low overhead. If you wanted to, that's going to leave you -6. You can even go like this, but that's going to be very slow, so I wouldn't recommend doing that. Your best bet, if you're ever going to use this string, is just a stagger, because the stagger on this is very, very good. Stagger on this is very good as well. Even on this, you can kind of like get away with a lot, but it's more of a range kind of thing until like backup like spacing. Now here you have very good range of this as well, so you can kind of go crazy with that. But what I would do is I would do something like this, just to kind of like stop people from just like immediately trying to like run in on you after this, because as you can see, cancel advantage is 11, so they have an 8-frame button or a 7-frame. They still wouldn't be able to get in between that. Nobody has a 7-frame button that can reach this far, so this is going to stop people from running in and trying to punish you like this. So this move isn't just punishment, you can actually spam this. You can play off of this button. The pushback on it is good, so it's very good at just like keeping people away, and it's reactable. I'm not gonna lie, it's one of the more reactable overheads, but it's still good at what it's doing, and you can just use that to kind of stop a lot of people. If you ever wanted to, you can do something like that, which is cool, and that'll make you +11 because of the range on this. So you can kind of play off of that, or you can just simply do the quick one. That'll be the medium one, which would be the 5, and then you can do the quicker one, which will go like that, and that'll literally just reset neutral. So very cool stuff. These are going to be all mids at that point, so it's just very good at kind of like keeping people away, but I wouldn't ever really use meter for that either. I will honestly just do this one. Hold on, I would just do that one, because that seems to be the most, and I would actually bring it up close, so that way you can get it to where it's -1 like that. Because again, remember how we talked about, if it has, you know, very long active frames, if they hit on the later frames like so, you can make it much less minus. Same thing off of here, like that. You can make that -1. You can even make it all the way to where it's not minus at all, but you have to completely max space that like that, right? So that's very good at like keeping people away if you wanted to play off of that as well. Let's see here, same thing off of this button here. So this is going to be very good at that kind of keep away game. You can play overhead, you can play like that, and since this is a pretty decent like size projectile here, as far as like what it can do, you can also like play off of this even. So you could do either high low or high overhead like that, and that'll be pretty decent. But you can also just always just go straight into your fireball. You can even try to gel into some crazy stuff like this, or you can even try to do something like this, like that, and that's all going to be very plus. So as you can see, like your ability to kind of link things together is going to be second to none. You're going to really be crazy. Now let's talk about how to make all of this work, and how to make this overhead better, how to make all your stuff like actually work, and like in a sense where it would make sense to use it and it's not just useless. But in order to do this, you're going to have to use the best cameo in the game for this character. Now I will showcase here really quick the cameos that he is good with. His #1 cameo is Mutaro, without a doubt. There's not going to be another cameo that's going to be better than that. I don't care what you can do with other cameos. This cameo takes away all of your weaknesses and allows for you to get much more combo damage meterless, and the recharge rate for what he's doing is always going to be up. So some people are going to be going for more like damage type cameos, and that's cool, but I'm going to be able to take your life no matter where you're at. So it's going to be much more competitive friendly and not as much noob friendly, because noob friendly is very like you get combo damage, you know, a few extra utilities here, but this is going to be no matter where you're at, you're gonna make yourself to where you can kind of go crazy. But he works really well with Darius. He works really well with also Sonya. Him and Sonya is actually kind of cheese. He works well with Striker, Scorpion, Sub-Zero is really, really good. Kung Lao is extremely good as well. I would have to say his best is Montario. Motaro, I said Motario. Motaro. Then I would have to say it would have to be Kung Lao, then Sub-Zero, then I would put Sonya. The reason why I say he's very good with Sonya is because Zona just becomes straight cheese at that point. That's very, very hard to beat, right? You didn't even have to like know the timers for this. You can just kind of keep spamming that, right? And the crazy thing about this is that this is very scary because as you're doing this, right, you can just hold that down, do that first, then do, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it becomes armor breaking at that point. So you can't just, I'm going to armor through. You have to actually respect this because he can decide when he lets it go, whenever, and make that an armor breaking setup. So that's very, very good zoning. Even though I would not use that myself because I don't really like to play zoning. But anyways, in order to make this character really, really good, you really have to take advantage of Motaro because Motaro gives him all the things that he needs. Now, I say Kung Lao will be his second best because Kung Lao can kind of do the same thing. But I think Motaro gives him a little bit more utility because of what he's doing with the character in tangent to what the character needs, being that they made it to where Kung Lao's isn't as plus off of his low hat anymore. Now, I definitely do think Kung Lao is a strong second. Definitely his two best is Motaro and Kung Lao, but Motaro is the best, and we'll show why. So again, we probably talked about how this links. So if you just go ahead and do that, hold on, I'm tripping. If you go ahead and do that into this, hold on, I'm tripping. That becomes a combo extension, right? And then now you can get all this damage from something that was not possible before. So that's very, very good for that. Same thing here. And this is all meterless, right? So this makes it to where you can kind of honestly do what you want. Same thing here. Being able to get this off of literally everything that you use in your kit. And the cool thing about this is actually, let me see if I can actually get it here. I'll put it on random attack. Let's see if I can actually get consistent with this here. Let me actually go ahead and move this to closer. Like that. If you get this to land like that, you're still going to be very, very minus. However, you can do something like that where it'll move people out of the way. Hold on, let me get right. Let me just put it on block like this. So what you can do is you can start doing something like this, and it'll hit them at the very edge like that, and it'll make it minus 13. So you don't really have to hit confirm this. You can kind of just do that whenever. If you're max spacing this, you can play off of that easily. Like that, and you can get that all the way up to minus, I believe last time I did it, I think I got it to minus 9, but the spacing on that was very rough. Minus 7. So I even did it better that time. So that's very good. So that goes to show you that like you can actually use this. Now I'll show you why this works really, really well. Minus 3 even. Wow. Hold on. I didn't even know I can get it that tight, but that's pretty good actually. I just found out this is better than I thought, and you can just keep that right there. So that's very, very good actually. It's better than I even thought it was. I thought I was minus 9 on it, but I guess I got much better at just doing it. Anyways, and also much better at spacing this button out. But so yeah, you can really kind of go crazy with that. So you don't have to really hit confirm. Like try to do like some tech with that. You can just honestly just use that at your leisure. Same thing here. The spacing on these kind of allow for you to, if you max space these, you can kind of do stuff like that with it, which means like you can't just walk in, right? And if they do like try to walk in, it'll get those little cheeky hits right there, which if they walk into it. Now what they can do is they can actually like try to just like walk forward a little bit, but if they do, then they're walking forward into a mid. So it's very much so like hold this, respect what I do after this. So this becomes very scary to punish if you're using your range. And since you're supposed to play out here, right? As you can see, the range on this is crazy, right? You're supposed to play out here, and then you have overhead that hits from out here straight into this. That, you know, that's pretty good. So as you can see, you have a lot of stuff that you can do with that. Same thing here. You can kind of throw this out since all of these buttons here are pushing people back. Now that's a bad one here, but let's say I'll go ahead and max space this here. Right, so that's pretty whatever. But if you're whiffing that and then you're doing that, then you can actually kind of use that a little bit better. So that's very, very good, just for the sake of like using this character and making this character really work well with this sort of game plan of using Motaro to kind of extend his combos. So it means you don't really have to respect a lot. You can just kind of literally just throw it out, do your thing, and then go crazy off of that. So yeah, these are all good like little setups that you can do, and it also makes it to where you just get more combo damage from it in general. So yeah, very, very good stuff, very cool, whatever. Definitely use that at your leisure. Now, if that wasn't enough to make Motaro one of his best characters, being that he can now confirm off of this really easily, which is very good because you want to use that. That's very free. But another reason why, because I mean, you can literally get the exact same thing from Kung Lao. Let me show you here. So literally, you can get the exact same thing from Kung Lao. Hold on. So yeah, you literally get the exact same thing from but it's the exact same damage. And this is good for combo damage, of course. This is good for the little low hat stuff. This is very, you know, hit advantage wise, so you can honestly gel this into that. So like I said, Kung Lao is a very strong second, but I just think, and I'll show you more why, you know, Motaro is his best, but we'll get more into that. But I definitely do think Kung Lao is a very strong second for Quan Chi, for how Quan Chi is going to be playing this game. So yeah, that's that. So now you know like how you can get your combos to get juicy and all that. But another thing that you can do is with Motaro, you have access to this teleport, right? The teleports you no matter where you are to behind the enemy. So if you do this with this, you can do something like this, right? And then that allows for you to basically come off of that. So you can simply just throw this out and then do this, right? Or you can throw it out and then go straight into the combo like that and get some damage like that, right? Now this is a medium one here, but if you're in the closer ranges, you're going to want to do your you're going to want to do either this one here, straight into that, so you use two of them. But by the time you finish the combo, right, you're gonna literally be 1/4 of the way. So that's very, very good anyway, and that's 33% just from using that. So that's very good. But if you don't want to use that, here's another thing that you can do. You can do like this, and then use the setup right there. Hold on, and I'll show you. You can get like literally 50 from this, right? So you can either go low, right, finish that combo off, right, get you some good damage there. You're pretty much getting almost 50 from that. Or you can do the like that and get that version. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. Oh, that was bad too. I'm tripping. Give me a sec. And then from there you could use your Motaro. So like, you guys get the picture. It's actually like straight up like guess. Now if they can react to the overhead, then cool, but if they can't react to that online, then like that's straight up like you guess, and if you guess wrong, you're done, right? And then as you can see, that's a whole lot of combo damage from that. Again, all of this is gonna give you right into that 50 area, so like you really can't go crazy. And this is with me without using bar. If I use bar, you actually are getting like past 50 with this, and I'll show that in a bit as well. But as you can see, you're going to be kind of going crazy off of just this projectile alone, And another cool thing is if you're ever like, you know, doing the slow one, you can also get combo damage like this off of this. Hold on, I'm tripping. I just put on full screen. I'm tired of walking back. My hands be getting tired of doing movement. Hold on, see here. Right? Oh, I tripped. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I need to just do this faster. So it's actually not that bad, but it's like I just need to do my my Motaro faster, like that. That would have been the one right there if that would have hit. So you can, but just know you can get combo off of this. It goes all the way up to 300 and whatever, like that. You can do it off of that. I just can't. I hate whenever this happens. Yeah, it's just once you get the timing of this, it'll work. There we go. So that would have been the one. Oh, I know why I can't get it to work. It's because I'm not doing the slow one. There we go. There we go. Yeah. I'm tripping. I was tripping. All right, cool. I'll get it this next time. Right here. There we go. There we go. So yeah, you can get something like that off of that, and again, you can use bars. So that's very good, just for like the sake of doing that, because that becomes an armor breaking setup that also leads into combo damage. And let's say they just block that, and you can't get that, right? That's just straight up pressure at that point, and that's the reason why I say him and Motaro work really well together, because even off of this alone, look, we'll go ahead and put them on jump, so that way you can see if who jumps first, who's like the most plus there. Hold on, let me do that. Right. Now, your jump, your plus frames are going to be completely determined on how fast you actually cancel out like that, right? So as you can see, your plus, you just have to, that was a bad one. Hold on. I'll wait till she like that. As you can see, your plus, you just have to time your Motaro very, very good. But basically the way to time Motaro is literally like, think of it as like it's a combo. Like you're like back, forward, one straight into your RB, so like that, but a little bit after, like that, and then you should be able to get it right, and it'll look like that. That was a perfect one. So that's pretty much the timing of that to get that pretty consistent. Once you do, it's pretty much game over for a lot of players, and that's just off of your off of that alone. And we'll talk a little bit more about some other things, but we'll just go ahead and put them back on stand. So that's cool. So that means you can now do something like this, and that's even more crazy, right? So that's going to be pretty good. The fact that you can just like keep away and then do that and then kind of go crazy with that, you're going to be very good at kind of doing whatever. And since you have like this button that whenever you like teleport with Motaro, where this button just hits always, so some characters would not be able to contest the range of this. So good thing it's 12. If it was 7, this would be broken. Actually, like you would literally not be able to touch this character. But because it's 12, it's balanced. So it's not broken. It's just very good at what it's doing. But this being 12 as well and hitting from the back means they can't just go behind. They can't just back away either. So you're gonna have a good bit of options whenever it comes to actually just using this as pressure. So you're definitely gonna want to play off of that. You can even play off of that as well, or you can just play off of your mid, which is what I would preferably tell you to do. Like that. That'll be really good because again, you can always just do like this. Like that, but again with the whole, hold on, I'm having a brain fart right now. Like that, you can set it up for the back area, or you can simply do it like this, and then hit like that, right? So that's very, very good in that regard, of like just playing this sort of like, this is all a bunch of stuff that you're gonna have to respect. You can't really like touch me here. It will require very, you know, precise timing to get it all, but once you find those, I'm still, you know, mastering myself right now, but once you find it, you're going to be completely untouchable. So being able to combo off of projectiles, if that wasn't enough for you, then let's talk some more about it. So again, you have this, right? And then you do something like this, right? So we all know about this, right? And we know about how good these are. Again, same thing here. You can combo off of these. These are going to give you around 40 something percent. Let's see if I can go ahead and showcase that here. So like, let's see here. Choked it, but yeah, you can get 44% from that. So it's very, very worth it to, and it's very the only thing that can kind of like mess you up a little bit here is maybe this part here, that part, hitting that's the only part that can mess you up. But as you can see, that's very good damage from that. So seriously, like, go stupid. And since this doesn't really combo, but it still is gelling, right? As you can see, that's not comboing, but that is gelling. Literally, they would not be able to do anything from that, so except jump. So I'll show you here. Let's do jump forward. I'll have him jump backward. It won't work if I have him jump forward. Yeah, let's do it like that. Right, you see what I'm saying? Armor breaker, they can't do armor breaker out of that, so you're gonna be completely screwed. It's kind of just like, you know, you're kind of having to hold that. So that's very, very oppressive. This is gonna be exactly like how it was with Fusion. Don't move, because if you do, I'm punishing you. And the good thing about it all is, okay, let's say they do jump backwards, right? I would land. Do it like that. You can still combo off of that, right? So even if they make a gas right there, hold on here, right? You can combo off of it. No, so it's like you don't have to really be like super precise on your timing, right? You can just combo off of everything. So they land right there. Oh no, that was the one I didn't want. I want to actually land like that. Are they not set to block at all? Oh, that's why. I'm tripping. Okay, cool. I was wondering. I was like, huh? So you can do like that as well, right? So you literally have all the options that you're looking for with this character. As far as like keeping people to actually like respect that, even like that, that's very good pressure. Right? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's just straight up armor breaking setups for everything. So it's very, very friendly with what you're trying to do with this character. And also you can do something like that as well. If you think they're going to jump forward to you, you can do something like that. You do like that and then like get out, and then like you can't combo off of this, by the way. I've tried. If you can, then like it probably have to be extremely tight timing. But I could not combo off of this to save my life. But yeah, you do have a lot of good options whenever it comes to just actually playing off of that your zoning, and you can get crazy damage from this. Now another cool thing to note is that whenever you have this up, you can actually go ahead and do this, and this is a combo because you can do something like this, right? Hold on, let me get right. You can land that. Hold on, give me a sec. There we go. You can do like that if you want, or you can just do the hold on, let me get right. Now I'll show you how you can make this actually a thing that you can actually use in the middle of a combo, so that way you can just get more damage, right? So you can do like that too, right? And that'll give you 410. So you have these options here. Now how do you make this effective? Well, remember how we talked about how you do this. You can always just go straight into that. Now you're gonna be minus like 2, minus 3, minus 4ish, somewhere around there. But you can still definitely do that from here, especially if you're using it off of this, right? You're gonna be pretty good at kind of going off of that. Now if you wanted to make it like where they can't touch you, you can do like this. that's whenever you would E exit right here. So you can like do like that. And then like, because they can't move, they would only be able to jump. And by the time they jumped in, like if they try to just move forward, they wouldn't be able to punish that. Now, here's the cool thing here. Where am I looking at? I'm looking over here. We're gonna just go ahead and do this. Enhance car wheel, reverse mode, enhance car wheel. Cool. So let's say I go ahead and not exactly what I was doing. Oh yeah, I'm tripping. So let's say you go. He's not on auto. Let me put him on auto. All right, cool. Let's say you go ahead and you land this, right? Hold on, let me not land it like that though. All right. Why don't they just, you know, immediately? I just want them to always be spinning this bar. I don't know how I can get them to do this. I'll just do like this. Right? So you can do something like that with it. Hold on. Right? So armor here, like it doesn't really like affect you. So I wish I could just show it here with you with like a Johnny Cage or whatever. But that's the only time that I would say you would want to use this. That's if you're going to literally sit here and hold on. Let me turn up all this off too. Off. And then off. Alright, cool. That's the only time I would recommend using it is if you're gonna like try to like trap right here, right? If you know you got it, that way you can like get a free one of these, so that way you can like go back into the pressure of doing something like this. And since that's -6, that's very good just off the block. And also you can make this go slower. It's still going to watch, I'll show you here. Let's say you do it up close like this. You use the slow one. It's still combos, right? So you don't have to like, oh, I have to know which one I'm going to use or whatever. Also meterless, it's going to be not meterless, but you get what I mean. It's going to give you 34% if you use one bar. So it's not one of the things like, oh, if I do the slow one, it's not going to hit. No, it's still going to hit. So you can literally go crazy with that as much as you want. So you have all the options that you need whenever you're doing this. So let's say someone is like after you do it and they're stuck in the box, so they can't touch you from out here, right? They have to jump. Remember how we talked about this is a good anti-air? Remember how we talked about this is a good anti-air? So let's say now you're doing all of this, right? And then you're going crazy with that, right? So that combos, right? So it's like you have all these options now that just allow for you to just simply just kind of go crazy. Straight into your Mortaro dance. Now, we already talked about how you can do that. Now, another thing that you can do is you can do this here. Hold on, let's see here. Let's see if you do it like this, you can do like that. I'm tripping. You can do something like that as well if you wanted to kind of just use both. And this will give you some pretty decent damage as well. And like honestly, that's pretty good. Like being able to do that. And if you ever are like very far out, you can still dash up and get it like that. Hold on, let me. Right. Like that, and then you can get that from there. It's going to give you around 37% around there. Cool. So you can use that if you want, or if you wanted to, you can just simply do the easier one, which will be that. Hit like this, hit like that, and then just 1, 2, 2. And that'll give you your 38 right there. So that's cool. You can always just do that and finish it like that and send them full screen. But remember, if you wanted to send them closer, you can always just do like this as well. Hold on. This. Right. And put them right in front of your face, right? So that's very, very good. I think I might have messed up my link there, but you get the picture. So you get the control if you want them full screen to try to set up another one of these, or just kind of play some zone until your Motaro or your meter gets back, or you can be up in their face. I'm going to be more in their face because that's my play style. So you can completely control where you end the combo off of this damage, and also you can completely control whenever you do what with this character. So if that wasn't enough, just the zoning alone, and then having the ability to just combo off of this right into that crazy damage, right? That's kind of crazy. Also, if you ever feel like, you know, any of these are hard for you, you just want to do is just your B, you can always do that one. It's going to be the less damage for you, but it's very easy to combo off of. So like, yeah, just kind of go crazy with that. You can actually really like work with that quite easily. But yeah, if you wanted to, you definitely could just kind of link off of that as well. You can even link off of that, but I think your B is definitely your easiest one to combo off of because it makes sense. So yeah, you do have quite a bit of options whenever it comes to that. Let me see if I can show you this combo with that, just so that way you know what to look for. And then you would go into that. It's going to give you 36 something, somewhere around there. It starts scaling pretty heavily. Cool. So that's pretty much that deal there. Now let's talk about like actual like block pressure stuff, because it's not enough to have like great hit confirms. Oh, I'm tripping. Here's another reason why this character is extremely good, because right, so you know you're doing your thing, right? Hold on. So let's say you block one. Hold on. I'll wait till I block one. I need to do it fast. It's a timing thing for me. I'm just tripping on my timing quite a lot. It's still so new to me. Yeah, timing wise, you just have to time it direct. There we go. Alright, cool. I'll do it here. Like that, right? So it's basically like if they can't like literally ever double zone you, because the moment you throw yours out, they're literally gonna have to like, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna have to hold that. Another good thing about this is that if you're gonna sit here and do this, you can also just do that, right? And that'll like do that, and then you can actually like do like this. And that combos, right? Or you can simply do that. Hold on. So like reaction. And then like stack on top of it with that. Making it look way worse than it actually is. Anyways, you can do like that, or you can actually just do that. Give time to set this up, and then set this up immediately, like so, right? Like that. And then you can still go crazy with that, right? So like literally you have all the options that you're going to need. So yeah, that's going to be very good at just like setting up a lot. You're going to be good. Also, again, while you're in the air, you can just do that, right? So that's literally an F move, right? And since you can low profile a lot of these, it's going to be very good. Also, you can do this. See how you can eat that? That's crazy good, right? And just like being able to do that, you're gonna be good whenever it comes to that. So your anti-zoning is crazy just off of this alone. Being able to just always get confirmed damage to bring yourself right back in. So if someone's trying to zone you, they can't, because you can reaction parry. Basically, you can use that as a parry and then immediately cancel into that. You have to know your timer for that though. You can stack it with that and try to, you know, bring, you know, pressure into it, or you can just get one of these and immediately go into that, so that way you can try to get your combo damage off of that. And if again they block, I'll just go ahead and show it here. Again they block, you're very plus. Matter of fact, I'll just actually go ahead and show that. Look, you're very plus, very plus. As you can see, she's still getting, you know, stunned by a lot of things. You can go dumb with that, literally straight into this. Now if that wasn't enough to make Motaro the best cameo for this character, I'll show you even more cheese. So Motaro has this, right? So this is very good. Now I'll go ahead and set this bot to basically down poke with Matter of fact, yeah, I'll do it with that one. So let's use the fast one for example. Then we'll go here, and we'll put them on reverse mode on into recording with nav, and let's just make sure this is correct. Okay, now if I do this, it should get punished. Oh, it's not fast enough. Let me just make sure it's on the fastest possible timing. There we go, and it should be good now. Let's see. Oh, go ahead and put this close as well. It should poke. It's not punishing still. Okay. Alright, we'll get it right. There we go. That has to be it. If that ain't it, then I don't know what it is. There you go. Cool. So, now since I have this set to punish, basically, if you do this, notice how they can't, like poking between that. That's straight up pressure. And this is all for your mid. So now the whole idea of this being good, right? That's plus 13 now. But also, that works really well with this. Hold on. Right? Like that, right? Very, very good. So you're still like... And that crosses now, right? That trades, right? So this is something that you don't want to, you know, poke from, because it's literally like all the freeness, right? All the freeness in the world. So I'm like so bad at this game. So you can do literally whatever you want at that point, right? So because that's a thing, right? Dude, I can't believe I'm literally struggling this hard over this. There we go. And also, if you max space it, it just becomes something that's, you know, non-existent at that point, right? So you can go crazy with this. So yeah, the more you space it, the better off you're going to be, because it takes a while for her poke to get out there. But you can use this on pretty much every character in the game. Dude, I am so bad. There you go. So yeah, you can do like that. Straight into another one of those, literally. But if you trade, that's the best option. You would want to trade. And straight into that. So yeah, as you can see, that's pretty good, right? So you really want to use this. So the fact that you have this, that's just plus 13 straight into this. Hold on. Which is just going to trade. So that's very good in its own, right? Also straight into that as well, right? Right, just straight up meterless, right? So you can do that as well. So that's just very, very good. Literally, like, make it make sense, you know. Very, very good stuff. As you can see, you're completely set up from everything. On top of having the ability to just do this, hold on, that right there. Now you don't get pressure from it if they don't trade, if they don't poke in between, but if they do, you're good, right? But from here, it's like, okay, let's say they don't press, and whatever, you still have to mix up, right? They still have to respect the mix up, because you can either go high, you can go overhead, straight into trap again, right? Hold on. Right, you can literally like keep doing that over until it actually connects, and then once you see it connects, you can just use Mataro to actually confirm it to your damage. So that's just very good in general. You can also do this and like fake people out. So like while you're charging that up, so a lot of people are like, okay, is this move ever going to be good? Yes, because you don't ever have to commit to it. Literally whenever you want, right? You can even be like plus, or like charge it and then like, nah, I'm not feeling that, right? Or like, I'm not feeling that. They're about to, I'm not feeling that, and then get out of there. So like, it's just an overhead. It makes the overhead have mind games behind it, as you can see, which makes it very, very good at that point, right? So please, please, please know that this is like one of those mechanics where Mataro really does strengthen all the weaknesses of this character, where you can use everything at that point. Even like out here, right? So you can't poke in between that, as you can see, right? So that just makes this mind game even better, right? So let's say this whiffs, hold on, like here, and you're like, oh shoot, I can't hit it. If you do it out there, it's gonna be plus 19 anyway. So if you make this land, that's just straight up good. Now you can't do anything at this point, but notice how you can't poke in between this gap right here. So if you hit, you still trade, you know, trade in your favor. So like literally this is very scary. And then you do it out here, right? Then you do this one, can't poke in between that, they have to hold that. So this is all just straight up like guaranteed pressure, but mainly because of this, that you can do this, and the closer you are, the better it's going to be. But if you get further out, it's just going to actually just like get the hit. And look at how fast he recharges. This is very good. Like Motaro is definitely without a doubt his best Kameo. And the good thing about it is you can stack this up straight into that, right? So it's kind of like a frame trap right here with that, because you don't have to move at all. You just go straight into that. Now if you wanted to move, you can, right? Like that. Hold on. Right, like right there. And that's good, because if you didn't know, if you go ahead and hold on, I'm tripping. Hold on. I'm tripping. It's like my brain's like fried right now. Hold on. That combos. I'll make a combo. Hold on. That combos. I'll show you. I'll prove it to you. See that combo. So it won't work whenever it's far out there, but if you do it like out here, it'll combo. Not combo. I'm sorry. It'll be able to like link really well into each other, so you can like do that. So yeah, that's very good. It combos from here. So that works. I would never use that. It's a waste of a bar. But yeah, you can kind of go crazy with that. So I would, if you're ever going to do that, that works really well to try to like punish that poke. If you're trying to put a button specifically in that spot to counteract that. So that's a good thing. That's what I mean by like it'll come up. I don't want people to like think I'm saying the wrong thing. Yeah, that works really well, and it leaves you -3, but it's armor breaking. So this right here is very good. Right, because that's armor breaking, right? It hits twice. Also, I'll just go ahead and show what happens if she tries to armor break right here. Enhanced cartwheel. Right. Let's say they try to do that. Cool, can't do it. Space it a little bit more. Hold on, out here. Right, that's a punish, right? So very powerful. Say you're closer up, on like this. Right, very good stuff. Hold on. I'm like literally scamming right here. There we go. So like that's the only like route where it'll like make sense to do it like that, right? So as you can see, you can gel into that right there. I'm gonna try to show you here. Right there, you can beat that by doing your own, and you can actually use that as like a reaction thing. Oh, you want to use armor? I can use mine. Like literally, you can react to that, so you can stop that from happening. So that's very powerful. That's why I wanted to show you guys. So literally you have like no weaknesses whenever you're going for this sort of thing. You can just honestly do that whenever. You can even just do like this, even just block the whole thing, and just kind of play off of it like however you want. Also, this is good for this. Let me take them off of armor, so that way you can see, because they can only armor so much, you know. If you're doing this for max space, that becomes, again, as you can see. Let me actually put them on reversal mode, because I need them to still do this. You can get this to where it can be punished, but it has to. You have to max space. If you're up close, you're getting punished. Right. Cool. So that makes, again, the whole idea of like holding this right into this. much more effective. Right there, right? That makes that much more effective because you have that. So that's very, very good. And they can't ever zone you because, again, you can just reaction, like, do all of this on reaction straight into that. So yeah, very good stuff. You have all the tools that you need whenever it comes to just that alone. Let's see. There's some more stuff that I wanted to show with Motaro. I just want to also, yeah, try to throw. Wait till like right when he puts his hands out, you can become much more plus, right? That way you can use that just so that way you can like throw loop people, right? Literally throw loop right in front of their face, because the range on this is like gonna leave you where you're close range like that. I mean, you're at that range, which at that point you can honestly just run in and hold on, you can. Right, I'm tripping. You can run in and do that if I can do it right. Like that, you can do like that, or you can just simply just use Motaro to like cancel at last second, and then you're very, very plus at that point. As you can see, that's very good, you know, getting up at that point. So yeah, you can really throw loop people because that gives you crazy rush down, crazy pressure off of that. So literally he strengthens all your weaknesses. Another thing, because this is so scary now, this becomes quite scary. As you can see, the range on that is pretty good. What this does is this makes it to where this now becomes an armor breaking setup, right? So you can actually just straight up pop that once you have people in the sauce, and then you can hold it, right? And they can't get in between that. So like, let's say you pop it. As you can see, that's pretty juicy, right? You can get some pretty good combo damage from that. So Motaro really, like, he plays well. Everything of his kit can be used. Also, let's say you just start a game from like the very beginning of the game. You can do like this, and that gels. Hold on, I'll actually show you here. I'll duck, put him to duck. See, that gels. So this gelling at the beginning of the game is kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie. Your time has to be very tight. There we go. See, that gels. So literally, you know, that's extremely, extremely good. Like, I would say that just that alone, being able to, at the very start of the game, being able to gel. Right. Wow. This is the thing about muscle memory. It's like the moment you break it, it's like it becomes like so hard to get out of it at that point. So it's like it is what it is at that point. You can't gel off of that. Very, very cool. Like that. Let's get it. I just want to get it once. My muscle memory is all over the place now, so it's probably not going to happen. But a way to know when you're supposed to do it is look at whenever his hands go out. And look whenever you're able to crouch, and then that'll let you know when you can do it, right? So cool. That's pretty much that. So yeah, very cool. So yeah, you have a very good bit of options from here. And the range on this is really, really sneaky. That's like plus 20, right? So being able to do that is honestly pretty good. Just from out here, because you can just stack that straight into that, or go straight into this, right? Straight into your pressure. Right, so you literally have all the options that you need just from this button alone. The way to get it perfect is literally whenever both of his hands like clap together, is before his hands, like whenever his hands are like spread out, like right here, right there. That's a really possible time. Cool. So you can do a lot with Motaro in that regard, and again with the whole throw-in thing here, whole throw-in thing. If you wanted to pressure off of it like that. You see, as you can see, you can get like crazy amount of like pressure to where then that opens up you using the overhead at that point instead of just like, hold on, you can use an overhead to, let me get it right. The timing for it is basically right whenever his hands like open out. That was bad, but it was close. Let me see if I can get it. It's not that bad. It's basically like right when you let his hands go out, right there. That's the one, right? And then you can do something like that on wake up, which is very good because then you can do overhead or you can do low. So you have quite a bit of options there. And if you don't want to do it, you can always just do your mid, just for the straight pressure, or you can even try to like go do something with those or whatever. It's very good at doing what it does, but you can also like try to do an armor breaker setup too, if you wanted to. There's a lot that you can do from that. Now, let me see here. Let me see if there's anything that I forgot to mention. I talked about the pressure off of this. Talked about how you can use this to set up some things. Also, if you ever want to, you can also do that in the corner. I don't really want to go too much over corner combos because I don't really like focusing on combos because that's not what makes a character good. As you can see, he's a very creative character. I'm trying to see if there's anything that I'm forgetting Kameo wise that Motaro does that really does add a lot to his kit. I feel like I'm forgetting one thing, and it was in my head not too long ago. So, let's see. Anything to do with this, maybe? No, it doesn't have anything to do with that. I'm not remembering. Anything to do with that? No. Anything to do with that? No. This could be having to do with that. Also you can do this. I've only been able to make this link once. I still can't recreate it. It's a very hard thing. Like honestly, the hardest link that I've probably ever had to like do in my life, but I've only got it to happen once. I'm pretty sure Ninja Killer is gonna like master it and then like, dude, that was hella easy. But I'm not Ninja Killer. But yeah, the timing for it is basically like close to like whenever they get to the very top. That's when you're supposed to do it, but it's so ridiculous. I've only been able to do this once, and I can't recreate it. And I don't know if it worked because I had like a certain amount of juggle stun or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it was because I did something like that, and then did like this, and then did like this, and then like that or something like that. The bar, I don't know what, but I was able to get that to link once, and I cannot recreate it. And I don't remember how I did it, but eventually I'll go ahead and be able to lab this a little bit more and find out like how I made that work. But yeah, you do have that option as well. But yeah, you can play off of this quite a lot. You can play off of this quite a lot. Just being able to do that is very good, especially if they're trying to, you know, poke in between that. So that's honestly like a very good like tactic that you can use there. Also, because of your spacing on this character, you can honestly throw that out and then make it to where that's just like kind of, you know, scary because of the range that you can play at. So like because you can play out here with this character, that's just straight up pressure at that point into armor breaking setup. So they have to really like be worried about that. Also, being able to do that into this even, and since like you can kind of like immediately block right after that, that's very scary because you're gonna have to respect a lot of this anyway. So being able to do this straight into that, to the push to that, right, you get what I'm saying? Like it's just that's very good. It's gonna take all your bars, so I wouldn't use it willy-nilly, but I would definitely use this one all the time, and I would definitely use this one all the time. I want to make sure I'm not forgetting something. I don't think I am, man. I don't think I am forgetting anything. If so, I'll go ahead and put it in the comments, but hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, man. It's Zooko, dude. We are out. This is a very good character. This character is literally you can't press anything, you can't move anywhere, you can't do anything. I'm gonna tackle you every time you touch me. I'm gonna make it to where you literally want to quit the game. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and check to make sure I'm not forgetting things. So I'm gonna pause this really quick and then we'll go back to it. All right. I was able to find out what I was missing. So another thing that you can do with Motaro is, let's say if you're, he should still be set to, oh, right? Yeah, cool. So let's say you want to do this. Right there. You can do that to where you can make yourself safe from that immediate punish there. Like that. You're not gonna whatever. The point of it is being that if you can make someone hesitate a little bit on trying to punish it or react a little bit, you can just do the standard one, and then you're gonna literally be able to just kind of like be super safe from that to where they can't punish it, which is the goal of just being able to have an F neutral move, not being able to punish, right? So yeah, that was another thing that we went over, and another thing that I'm gonna go ahead and talk about here. I'm gonna put this on auto. So let's say you did this. One thing that you can do, let's say they just are like, okay, well, I don't want to, have to, respect that. You can do that yourself, or you can do like this, right there, immediately into that, or straight into your pressure there, straight there. Hold on, that was a tragedy. Right, you can do that there as well. So you literally have complete control over what you do with the character. You literally can like go crazy with all of this. So like literally it is up to you what you want to do. You can even just get closer and do that, or you can do that even, right? That way you can play off of that right there. So you can do that, and that's max space. So you can kind of gel from that a little bit, not gel, but you can meaty like really good from there. Or if you want, you can just honestly spin the bar, so that way you force him not to be able to like do armor from there. Now there, it's still too slow, but you see that's 33. So like you will be like decent though. Like it's not gonna be too bad. You can still, let's actually put him on wake up, and we'll put him on enhanced cartwheel. Let's see that. Yeah, that's what I thought. If they move forward, you're gonna be kind of out of there, but you can always just concentrate this one here like that. So you can still like use that as an armor break and setup if you wanted to. So it's literally like stay still, don't move, don't delay. So even on delay wake up, we'll do that as well. Alright, so very good. Alright. Alright, so that's what's gonna happen, right? If they do delay wake up. Now if you get the time like right in between the two, right there, that mid should still be able to hit. So even on delay wake up, it should still be able to be good. And let's say we take delay wake up off, and I try to do it at the same time. Right, hold on. Right, it should still be able to hit. So you have quite a bit of options whenever it comes to actually using this in the format of actually just making your character very, very dominant off of this button here. So this is really scary on hit or on actual block, because not too many characters can do anything about it, right? That's just straight up scary. And from here, you can always go ahead and do this here. You can get that. So that's very good. And once we get more combos and whatnot, we're gonna make that much better. So let me pause one more time to make sure I got everything. Give me a sec. Okay, so yeah, I got everything. Um, I really do think that this character is the best character in the game. Um, I don't think that this character has any weaknesses, honestly. I think this character can honestly go crazy. Uh, the character has range. They have also, you know, uh, zoning. They have very strong anti-zoning when you pair with Motaro, and the fact that you have this in its own. Very good, like, wake up pressures. For example, let's say we do like wake up or all of this here. Put them on auto. So let's say they're doing any of that kind of deal there. You do something like this, right? That becomes very scary. Hold on, let me. Why did on delay wake up? You see how that still hit, and I will take delay wake up off. We'll do this, right? So that's still very good. So yeah, like being able to just throw that out and not have to worry about a lot of that is very strong. Mind games wise, this character is god tier with the whole setups with the trap. Dude. I might just be. Actually, I know what it is. It's my controller. Huh. So yeah, it's not reading this input for some reason. It's very weird. Okay, cool. So I just learned something. I might have to get a new D-pad thingy because it's not reading my. Yeah, it's not reading that input. That's very weird. I was like, I can't be that bad. Anyways, that's everything for this video. If you guys do like it, please do give me my credit. If you're going to use this tech, or if you're going to, make your own videos on it or that kind of thing, just be sure to mention that I was the original founder. I don't own anything or anything like that, but it's just I would like to, be notified for the creativity and being able to find this so early in the game. Yeah, I'm really hyped about this character. I'm going to definitely be playing this character quite a lot. It's probably going to be my main. If you want to go ahead and like, subscribe, or comment or whatever, please do. I would enjoy it. I like reading the comments. Some people be toxic, but some people be hella funny up in there as well, and some people are very supportive, so I really do appreciate it all. Thank you guys for subscribing to me. My channel has been growing quite a lot. I'm going to be making some steps to make sure I can make the content quite a bit better for you guys, because I am a perfectionist at heart, so I'm also a technical person at heart, so I'll get it where it needs to go in order to make it to the point to where everyone's going to enjoy the content and it's not going to be too long-winded. One thing that I have found as far as to make sure that I can start to make my videos a little bit more concise is I've learned how to pause my streams. That way when I upload it, it'll just be kind of automatically like paused and stopped, so that'll be good for me to gather my thoughts. So we'll go ahead and do that, so you can expect that going forward, some shorter videos as far as just like that kind of deal. But I still won't make short videos. I have a lot to say when I make a video, so it's just like grab your popcorn. But seriously, thank you guys for watching this video. It's Zooko, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed Quan. We are out.